Favorite band of Live from the Heartland for many reasons. My godson used to play with them is one, but we're also going to have them here on the show on May 4th.
We are. It's good. We're going to have Cullen and Cameron and Max.
Far out. Well,
all right, we're back up here on the stage. It's Live from the Heartland show every Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. You can get us online, you can get us on air, and you can also get us at youtube.com/Heartland Media for earlier editions. And there are some beautiful ones, and I want to tell you once again, we're about to start appearing on CAN TV, and we will fill you in with the dates and the times on that.
When it gets real.
It's pretty getting close, Kate.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so
Hey,
Katie, do you have any more microphone adjustments, any chords you want to do before we start the next part of the show?
I'm sure I'll do some right during the middle of the interview.
I'm trying to keep her from moving everything around over here. Okay, good morning to you, Sherri.
Good morning, Michael. How are you?
It's good, and thanks so much for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me. I love to be here.
Glenwood Sunday Market.
Glenwood Sunday Market.
Glenwood Sunday Market.
Yay.
People talk like that.
It's what I do.
Yeah, it is.
You're the market boss.
Huh?
Do they call you the market boss or the market manager?
They call me the market director.
Director. Well, I'm going to call you the market boss.
Yeah, market boss.
Yeah,
Maybe we could get a
this is
cable
Chicago.
TV show or something, huh?
We're working on
Market
it.
boss.
Market boss.
Watch her unload the tomatoes.
Speaking of tomatoes, is it true that we're the only organic farmers market in town?
We have the most organic vendors of any farmer's market in town. That I would say we're not 100% organic, but everyone is striving to do the most sustainable work they can. For some of our farms, if they're new businesses, and becoming certified organic is expensive. So, we work with people to help them get third-party certifications and take the steps toward organic whenever we can.
Yes, Chris, I'd love some.
Well, we're proud to say that Katie and I, who've been involved with the Heartland Cafe for 36 plus years, have a new business partner in the last year named Tom Rosenfeld.
Yeah.
And Tom has a farm called Earth First Farms up in Berrien County, Michigan.
In other words, the Heartland's at the market.
And the Heartland, actually, one of the things that he wanted to do was really have farm to table, and probably we are the most farm to table joint you're going to find.
I am sure you are, because it's just part. You guys live and breathe it, right? It's just been part of the
for
place
many
forever.
years.
And Earth First is one of our vendors at the market, and it's wonderful to have them there. It's just so great. I mean, the apples are amazing.
When we have apples. We lost out last year.
Hopefully this year is looking good for apples. And they do all other kinds of fruit crops like squashes and berries and melons and stuff like that. And we love having Earth First there. And it's great to have Tom right nearby.
Do you have any new organic farmers coming in this year?
We do. Unfortunately, one of our farms, Kings Hill, which was up in Wisconsin, decided they weren't going to come into the city on Sundays this year. But we found a new organic farmer. I mean, really new. Like, they've been in business for about 3 years. And they're called Fresh for Life Organics. And they're going to be joining us. Jeannie and Russell, I think they're Chicago transplants, from what I can tell. Decided to give it all up and move up to Wisconsin and start an organic
those people
farm.
moving back to the country. I used to tell them you got to stay right here in the guts of the ogre.
Yeah, right. So anyway, we're really excited to be having them join us this year. We're going to miss Kings Hill, but maybe they can come back next year once they have some new managers there, so they're just trying to reorient themselves. So.
Well, I mean, given it's so wonderful of these farmers to do farmers markets for us city kids. I mean, it is a big deal. When we do food out on the road for some event, it was always a big deal. Now I know for some of them it's also survival, so they're happy to do it. I just want to put a plug out there for the farmers and all the people who come out 6 o'clock on Sunday morning to set up their booths and be there for everyone to come strolling through as folks do it now at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we are so lucky. And of course, I will tell you, the vendors love Rogers Park. I mean, everyone says, and
what's first, not to love?
I know. At first, I thought they were just trying to get on my good side. Who wouldn't? But then I started.
I've been trying to get on your good side ever since I met you.
Ditto. But I mean, it comes up in the press. We were just identified by Catherine Ann Confections as one of their 3 favorite city markets, along with Daily Plaza and Green City. And one of the things they love about Rogers Park is, they make money. I'm not going to lie.
Cool.
But our community is just so welcoming. We have fabulous volunteers and just an amazing, supportive group that comes and shops every week. And they just couldn't be happier to be here, and we love doing it.
Yeah.
And we have a long wait list too, so we've got a kind of never-ending stream of people trying to get into the market.
Oh,
as
is that so?
Yeah.
Well, Sherri Murata, market boss of the Glenwood Avenue Market, when does the actual market, I know you've been
Kick off.
running during the winter once
yeah.
a month, but when's the kickoff?
Well, the real kickoff is Sunday, June 2nd at 9 a.m. right outside the door here on Glenwood and Lunt. And we'll be running for 22 weeks again this year till the end of October.
It's a long haul.
It is a long haul. And yeah, we did do indoor markets this year, but the indoor markets are way different than the outdoor one. There's very little produce, so it's more of just, it's still great food, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have the whole array that you see because we're a
'cause it's
seasonal-
winter.
It's winter. We're a
Right.
seasonal environment, so.
But it is actually, it's a really good reminder. Having those winter markets is a great reminder, and it keeps sort of the energy continuing.
Keeps the energy going. It gives a great outlet for our vendors who do have products for year-round consumption, and it gets the community together. So it's a chance for everybody to just see each other, even though we're not outside. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, Sherri, you are a real gift to have
thanks.
taken this
So
on.
I couldn't do it without all you guys.
And I know that you're a spot of hanging out, and it's because I think it's because you're the market manager that you wound up in Rogers Park Business Alliance office.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
Need to get right into the mic.
Yep.
Oh.
And
Sorry.
that's okay. We've been
It's probably
getting,
the problem with the mic. I mean, you were pretty close there, so we're
Okay,
working out
I'll
the
talk real
technical
close now.
details all the time.
maybe we should give her your mic.
Yeah, because I yell. Let's do it right here. Let's just switch them off. Can you still hear me?
Can you still hear me?
We can hear you better.
Okay, good.
All right. So
Well, Sherri, how
a
did
little
you
bit of
get
technical
involved
adjustment
in
live on the radio.
Love of organic farming.
Well, I grew up on a farm, and I couldn't wait to get the heck out of there.
Were you in the 4-H club?
I was in the 4-H club.
At Heart, Hand, and Health. Me too.
I was in two. I was in the Milburn
Oh,
Maidens
God.
and the Milburn Mustangs. But
I was in
anyway,
the Green Farmers back in Connecticut.
well, I couldn't wait to move to the city. It was like all I was focused on.
Grass
And
is
then-
always greener.
Yeah.
420,
Then I
420.
got here and it was like, hey, it seems like something's missing. So, I've done a few things around organics and food access in the past. Started a community garden down by the Waldorf School back in the 90s, which is gone now, but it was nice at the time.
Waldorf School, I remember. Did you teach my daughter Molly?
I sure did. I was her college
how
counselor.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And she is a beautiful young
She is a
woman,
beautiful
mother
woman.
All
of
I
a-
remember about
Mother
that
of
time
August.
was she did a paper on the Aeolian harp.
Well, she built an
built-
Aeolian
yeah,
harp.
she
for
built
crying
a
out
harp.
I
loud.
wonder where that is.
I
could
don't
give
know.
it to
I
the
would love
the
to-
brothers for their
Okay,
band.
we digress, folks.
All right. Anyway, so it was actually. I like to do a couple things. I like to start stuff. I love food, and I like organics. And it seemed like when my neighbor started telling me I should volunteer for this new farmers market they were trying to start, I thought, oh, okay, I will. And so that's what I did. Just like Owen, I just came on as a community volunteer, and we got the market going in 2010. So this is our 4th season, and now we're a thought leader in the farmers market world. I have a job, which is crazy in farmers market worlds, and and Rogers Park Business Alliance has really devoted themselves to this is an economic development and community development and regional food hub development opportunity. And I think most places don't see it in that broad of a spectrum.
Well, Sherri, we here at the Heartland, I developed a relationship with a lot of farmers, some organic, many not, up at the Evanston Farmers Market, many years. And I would come back with truckloads of stuff, and then we'd stick some of it out here to sell.
Yeah.
I, of course, wanted to sell the overload at the farmers market. But could you talk a little bit about the growth of the farmers market movement and what it means to both farmers and communities?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question. I was actually just at a conference of the Illinois Farmers Market Association, and one of our keynote speakers was Darlene Welnick. She was instrumental in starting the Market Umbrella Group in New Orleans, where they have a farmers market every day of the week in a different part of the city. And she was talking about how farmers markets have changed over the years, so that maybe in the 70s it was farmers looking for an outlet for their food to sell. And then maybe in the 80s and 90s they kind of became like, save our downtown, let's have a party sort of a thing, and we'll throw a couple farmers in. But now it's like the farmers market and local food movement have kind of changed, not changed course so much as people are starting to understand the actual potential for health, wellness, community building, food hub development. I think people are seeing it now as an opportunity to develop a healthy community in a way that people didn't used to think about so much.
Well, to an extent, too, one of the great fears right now is not knowing where our food comes from.
Exactly.
Not knowing what's in it.
Yeah.
And not knowing how close Monsanto is to what we put in our bellies.
Right. I mean, we have a really stringent application process, and we require all of our vendors to provide traceability information on every ingredient. So if they're a food artisan instead of a grower, they have to provide us with a percentage of a recipe and where everything is coming from. So if there is an issue, we can trace it back.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know how you verified it.
It's very stringent. A lot of people can't even believe that they got to do it. But it helps, and if there is an issue, we can go straight back to the source really fast.
Well, in agriculture, we see a lot of large-scale farms that purport or are organic.
Yes.
Some better than others. I'm on the Cornucopia advisory panel, which is an organic watchdog group. So I see these things come up. I've been aware of growing food indoors in Milwaukee, in Detroit, and I saw an article recently, was it the New York Times or someplace, about a Chicago operation that was pretty widespread.
Right.
I'm wondering how many of these indoor growing setups that are organic, some may still be small, some may be going big time. Are any of those involved with the Glenwood Avenue Market?
Yeah, actually we have a new vendor called the Urban Canopy, and they're working at the Plant, I think, which is an indoor setting. So they will be doing some rooftop work as well. And
That's a humble way to describe the plant, an indoor setting. Someday we're going to have them on the show. But
you should.
Yeah, we should.
But yeah, so right now they're doing microgreens, but then as we go through the season, they'll have other vegetables as well that they're growing in both inside and outside in unique environments, rooftop, maybe,
one of the things you had mentioned, Kings Hill.
Yeah.
I think I brought a lot of tomato plants from them a couple years ago, and we had close to 300 buckets up on the roof here, growing cherry tomatoes.
The bucket farm.
It worked great.
Yeah,
and I don't think we need to do that as much now that we're, with Tom Rosenfeld and Earth First Farm, but. We had a special on the menu, as well as our salads. We had a lot of those little tomatoes. They were great. And they were different colors and shades of
guess what?
red and pink.
Chef Colin would go crazy with those cherry tomatoes now if we had them.
I don't know. I think maybe you should do it again anyway.
Well, I think Tom is planning on having some beehives on the roof.
Oh, great.
Which would be pretty darn exciting.
That would be totally cool.
Yeah. I mean, okay, we're going to wind up with Sherri. Is there
we're
something
done
else?
With you, Sherri.
Okay, well, gee,
we had a great time. Do you have any, you got a website? You got anything that people should know?
Yeah, I do. So first, people should know that we would love to have some more volunteers working on the market for anything from just helping us set up on Sundays to getting involved in our community or committees or our leadership council. And
this is a good group. Volunteer with them.
We've got a fabulous bunch. And we're going to have a volunteer outreach event right here at the Heartland Cafe on Sunday, April 28th, between 2 and 4.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday. Just drop by, and we'll be here with info. And then our website is www.glenwoodSundayMarket.org, or you can like us on Facebook, which our goal is 2,000 likes by the end of the season. We've got 1,700 now.
That's a modest goal.
Well, we like to start small.
There are people on Facebook begging for likes these days. I saw one for a guy's birthday. He wanted 100,000 likes.
Yeah, well,
and people sent it to me.
No, don't do those.
I want actual likes.
Plants.
Good.
I want actual real likes.
Let's have a big round of applause for Sherri Murata, the market boss
you,
of the Glenwood Avenue Market.
Hi, Mark.
And we had a lot of wonderful juggling to cover our engineering shifts this week. I would like to give a shout out not only to a new guy downtown who's off playing lacrosse by now, and he is Jay Miller, but also Grant Steskel, who is down there right now. And Grant is in a band, and the band is called Miles. Where did I find this? Oh, I don't know where I did with it, but it's...
okay, I'll give you a chance to find it if you want.
Go ahead.
All right.